Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Bitcoin here on the daily. Now it is a Saturday. We're not seeing too much trading movement over this weekend at least. Bitcoin's still hovering in that 9,200 range. So not a lot of movement there. XRP, if I put that on the daily here, we can see after a little bit of a rally last week, now we're seeing XRP just kind of staying there at that 20-cent mark. And we got Vechain up here. Same kind of thing, a bit of a retracement now. Vechain just kind of hovering at the 0.0177 mark there. So again, not a lot of movement over the last couple of days. We really did see big movements for at least the altcoins over the last week, and now just kind of a bit of a retracement. But I find it funny because, you know, usually what we see is we see Bitcoin run, then we see altcoins run. We are only seeing altcoins run right now, so some are speculating that it could be an alt season. Others are saying that it is just an anomaly. And when I bring up the crypto market cap over here, we can see Bitcoin dominance is sliding a little. So it was at 64.65 a few weeks ago. Now it's at 62.6. So we are seeing Bitcoin definitely slide down in dominance. That said, CNBC analyst John Najarian reveals Bitcoin and crypto portfolio. He says wealthy investors want to keep BTC a secret for now. So CNBC contributor and options trader John Najarian says he believes most influential investors will work to stay under the radar as they accumulate Bitcoin. So he did an interview with Anthony Pompliano, and he said, on a monthly basis, I probably have between 5 and 10% of digital assets, and almost all of it is Bitcoin. He says he's got a little Ethereum, little Litecoin, little Stellar, but I'm really about Bitcoin. I'm there because guys like yourself, guys like Peter Bridger over at Fortress really got me psyched about it. I first got involved at about $300, realized I didn't know what the heck I was doing, didn't get involved again until it was closer to $1,700. So I missed an awful lot of that, and I didn't sell when it got over 18,000 or 19,000. I didn't liquidate. I would have looked like a genius if I did. And here's what he's saying about those Wall Street types, okay? So he says institutional investments in BTC from billionaire investors such as Mark Lasry, who has said he has 1% of his assets in the leading cryptocurrency. According to Najarian, big players on Wall Street will increasingly invest in Bitcoin and keep it quiet until they hold a significant portion. He says, I think a lot of them will want to keep it quiet as they're getting in because they'll run it. I don't mean like they'll run it in terms of how Bitcoin operates. I mean, they'll push the price too far too fast. So the exact same guys that know that you don't want Goldman knowing that you're buying FireEye or Uber or Microsoft because they'll run ahead of you, those are the same guys sitting there thinking, I really like this play in Bitcoin here, but I'm not going to say a lot about it until I've got enough of this stuff, because we both know that blocks of it stand out, and so they've got to stay under the radar with these accumulations. So we were always hearing rumblings that people were getting into Bitcoin. You know, these institutional investors were accumulating. We know that BAC just opened recently, late last year, but we didn't really see an institutional rush. And, you know, a lot of these guys, because it is transparent, because you can see the whale alerts on Twitter and all these big blockchain transactions, you can see that whales will be accumulating. And so these guys want to fly under the radar. They don't want their peers to know, their counterparts within Wall Street to know what they are doing. So they are accumulating it quietly, and sure enough, once they do get enough of it, this guy here, John Najarian, is suggesting that they will push the price. They will be able to manipulate it, in other words. Well, pushing the price higher will be good for Bitcoin. For the rest of the crypto market, will be good for us little traders as well, trading XRP, Cardano, VET, Litecoin, Ethereum, whatever you guys hold. It will be good for the entire crypto space. So some interesting insight there, that from the Daily Hodl. I saw this from XRP_Canada. XAG main chain XRP alike gene is a public chain group based on the underlying technology of Ripple's blockchain with multiple subchains. So this from Yahoo Finance. So XRPGen.com, the official website of public chain XRP alike gene, has released the information that Ripple Gateway realizes the point-to-point trading pair function of XAG and XRP. XRPGen.com released an open source information of its token XAG code as early as November 2019. According to relevant data, XAG project has not carried out an ICO and was directly launched on the mainstream exchange in July 2019. XAG main chain XRP alike gene is a public chain group based on the underlying technology of Ripple blockchain with multiple subchains. So interesting to point out, internet media shows that XAG Network is an extension of XRP system in the field of blockchain finance application. It pays attention to the construction of global self-finance underlying technology architecture. Users can freely and independently set up gateway and operate automatically through XAG public chain infrastructure so as to realize the financial needs of different regions and different levels so as to achieve the super expansion of blockchain payment and settlement in the field of private finance. So it looks like another vertical being used there with the XAG subchain. Thought that was kind of interesting. Thanks so much, XRP Canada, for posting that. We got Matthew Liny here. He's saying the Bank of China introduces UnionPay QR payment service in Malaysia. The move will enable users to make cross-border payments. And so, guys, the Bank of China is actually XRP enabled. This is what this means here. Finabler is a partner of choice. So we got a few logos here from some banks. So Bank of China obviously in there. And Finabler, they mentioned Finabler. Now, I don't know if you guys know, Ripple has already partnered with Finabler. Samsung is working with Ripple partner Finabler as well. Ripple partner Finabler inks Alipay blockchain deal. Two pretty big companies there working with Finabler, a Ripple-enabled partner. And now the Bank of China looking to be on this system as well. So Finabler technology platform. Here's an overview. Just gives you guys an infographic just kind of showing you the flow. We got front-end interfaces, retail point of sale, online mobile apps, kiosk and ATMs, partner systems and APIs. Down here you can see the correspondent banks and distribution partners include Swift and Ripple, and technology partners SAP and NICE or NICE Actimize. There is a connection with SAP and Ripple as well. I believe that was brought to our attention either early last year or 2018. I can't remember, but I do remember reporting on that. So this is interesting to say the least. China is XRP enabled, of course. Even if China decides to use their own system for cross-border payments, as we know the Chinese like to use their own technology, they still are Ripple enabled, so they will be able to, of course, interoperate with other countries through that. And Leonidas here has been doing a lot of hard work, burning the midnight oil. The Q1 and Q2 2020 XRP reports are now out, and he has summarized it for us. So if you guys aren't following Leonidas on Twitter, I will link this tweet in the description. And his website is the XRP Arcade. So what he has done here is he has actually organized this page as a flashback, giving us some synopses of 2020 so far. When you click on these, it loads all the important updates for that particular month with videos, audio, all kinds of stuff there. Guys, I'm not going to go into the entire thing, but you can check it out. We've got flashback January all the way through till June. But here's the analysis. As expected, the month with the fewest news and developments was March, of course, because of the beer flu and how it quickly spread across the globe. The countries going into lockdown, businesses could not go on as usual. But with regards to customers, despite the pandemic, Ripple had a very good first quarter in 2020. In a video released on June 10th, Brad Garlinghouse mentioned Ripple had signed 24 production contracts in quarter one. Navin Gupta also revealed that Ripple had close to 350 institutions using its technology on May 22nd. Employees, Ripple obviously still hiring employees, and also employees changing positions and leaving the company as well. RippleNet ODL volume, now we saw an increase over the first little bit of 2020, and then there was a decrease. And I remember Ashish Burla saying something to that effect that, you know, the ODL, the volume that we're going to see for the next little while is going to look a little different. And so we did see a decrease in June, and then it came right back up again, which I find interesting. I don't know if Ripple has addressed why that is specifically. One could only speculate on why it is. Nevertheless, ODL is still a useful tool in a lot of these corridors, like the XRP MXN corridor, XRP to Euro, XRP to PHP, and XRP to AUD. So some amazing information here brought to us by Leonidas. He's got a lot of, he's incorporated a lot of graphs into this page, and all kinds of subheadings here like events, new products, new RippleNet members. So he's got a list here of all the new members that have onboarded, I believe, since the beginning of 2020 then. Organizations, some new organizations that Ripple is a part of or that have ties to Ripple. And some predictions. Well, Ripple executives are usually careful not to make predictions or set deadlines, The past few months, we've had quite a few. Marcus Treacher mentioned that Ripple aims to accomplish global coverage by mid-2021 and plug MoneyGram's cash payout to RippleNet this year. SBI Asia CEO also mentioned that SBI Ripple Asia is planning to go into production with ODL later this year and into next year. Marjan Delantide said that Brazil was coming out soon with ODL, while Marcus Treacher mentioned that Ripple is hoping to further ODL expansion by opening corridors to APAC, that's the Asian Pacific region, and the EMEA this year. So XRP going to be utilized with ODL, and this is great because we're seeing kind of everything wrapped up into one kind of neat bundle here, and it's great, to watch the videos day to day, you kind of don't really get a sense of the magnitude of what is really going on. But then, when you can synthesize it in one place, I think it really does speak volumes to how much progress Ripple is making in the space. XRP price, well, he even has a section here on XRP price. Very, very detailed. I got to thank Leonidas for this, guys. Go check out his website, XRP Arcade, for more information about Ripple and XRP. This guy does amazing work. He deserves a lot of credit. So that's at Leo Hajilozu on Twitter. And the website is xrparcade.com. MacAttack XRP posted this on Twitter. MoneyGram digital growth maintains strong momentum and market expansion continues. So this with regards to MoneyGram, obviously a Ripple partner. They actually reported a 106% year-over-year digital transaction growth in June as strong customer demand for its leading digital capabilities and customer-centric app continues to grow. The company also announced an expansion of its customers' direct channel and online presence to Iceland. Here's a quote here from the CEO. Our digital results once again highlight how customers around the world are recognizing a new MoneyGram that is delivering the best digital experience in the industry and providing a seamless connection to family and friends through our modern mobile and API-driven platform, said Alex Holmes, MoneyGram chairman and CEO. We're especially encouraged by the stickiness of our digital customers who are remaining loyal to our brand, and we continue to focus on bringing our leading capabilities to more consumers in more markets. Each component of the digital business, MoneyGram Online, digital partnerships, and sends directly to a wallet or bank account contributed to the strong overall growth in June. So these guys are big time relying on the fact that less people are going to a brick and mortar to send money and more people are just going online and want a fast and reliable way to do so. In addition, he said, to the significant increase in digital transactions, our June results highlight how our digital business is helping the company return to revenue growth. Our digital transformation has significantly improved every part of the company and our agile investment approach continues to demonstrate results. And guys, MoneyGram has struggled in the last little while. I'm just going to bring up the stock real quick here. But they have rebounded. Now, my predictions for MoneyGram after last year's announcement with Ripple was that I thought it was going to come down into this level of support, and then down into this level, then down into this level. And guys, I was predicting this when it was actually up here. When I had circled this candlestick here, I was predicting this. Sure enough, we did see those rebounds. I said this would have been a great opportunity to buy back here. This is when I said this in September 2019. Sure enough, MoneyGram did bounce, support. Then the beer flu hit, something we could not have assumed. But look at where it's at now, okay? MoneyGram right now trading at $3.18, and I probably would have gotten in somewhere around the $2 mark, $2 and we'll call it $2.25 just to be safe. So $3.18, not a bad return so far. MoneyGram also obviously doing their best to continue to provide results for their customers, and RippleNet obviously helping them move that along. So thanks so much, MacAttack, for posting that. We got XRP Crypto Wolf here posting this. Ripple's co-founder Chris Larson is paying to install security cameras across the San Francisco area. So this has nothing to do really with Ripple or XRP, but I found this interesting just because Chris Larson is a man that wants to save his community. He also has a lot of money, so he can afford it. Former CEO of distributed ledger startup Ripple is reportedly paying for the installation of hundreds of security cameras across San Francisco. The New York Times profiled Larson's efforts, framing them as a way to deter property crime in the city. The outlet said that Larson is paying for a private network of high-definition security cameras around the city. Zoom in and you can see the finest details. The sticker of on a cell phone the make of a backpack the color of someone's eyes. According to the Times, Larson's efforts began back in 2012, and as of today, he funds a network of more than 1,000 and pays for community-focused organizations to operate them. So Chris Larson keeping San Francisco safe. Of course, he does have the means to do that. I thought that was just kind of an interesting random article to comment on. Chris Larson, as you guys know, one of the co-founders of Ripple, also a very, very wealthy man and looking to be the Batman of San Francisco as per MRG-XRP 007 here, making sure crime stays at a minimum. Michael at Val5Links here on Twitter posted this: Alibaba's Ant Group plans to stockpile blockchain talent for 20 years. So all these guys are getting into the blockchain space. Blockchain is going to be that buzzword I think we're going to hear for a while until it just becomes part of our regular lexicon. And for you and I, guys, it's already kind of part of the lexicon. We already kind of talk about blockchain, DLT, as if it's everyday verbiage. But most people out there, they are not aware of this. And so this is what Alibaba plans to do. So their Ant Group is continuing its relentless blockchain drive with a move that could see it recruit some of the world's top young blockchain talents over the next 2 decades. Per a report from Jamian, the Ant Group's Ant blockchain subsidiary has launched a long-term recruitment plan that would involve working with global universities as well as top domestic tech universities. The plan will see the Hangzhou-based company recruit an unspecified number of blockchain-trained people, focusing on talent pools at IT colleges. The company added that its goal is to set up a technical team that will last it the next 20 years, and also plans to invest funds in research and development in core blockchain technologies such as distributed ledger advancements, asymmetric cryptography, and consensus mechanisms. So they are not messing around. Obviously, they realize that they need to be on the forefront of this in order to be a cut above their competition, whether it's with regards to payments, whether it's with regards to supply chain, something that Vechain does quite nicely. Companies around the world are realizing blockchain technology is the future, and so they want to jump on board, securing a team for the next 20 years, basically wanting to pilfer the best and brightest computer programmers from certain colleges around that country. I am not surprised that the Alibaba's Ant Group is doing this. It only makes sense for a company that big to want to think ahead in that kind of way. And speaking of Vechain, we got more Vechain news here, guys. Okay, this is from the digital investor at Digital Investor on Twitter. Asia Pacific, the APAC, adopts Vechain as the sole public blockchain to boost trade relationships. The sole public blockchain, guys. So the Asia Pacific Provenance Council has adopted Vechain as the sole public blockchain protocol of its consortium to boost its finance and food supply chain in Australia and China. The Vechain Foundation announced the initiative would provide relief to the vulnerability encountered in the supply chain industry with the region amid the beer flu pandemic. According to the announcement, the recent development is in line with the Australian government recently published their national blockchain roadmap, established to explore the pros and cons of using the technology in various industries, including the Australian agri-tech and food industry. So they established to integrate blockchain technology into the finance and food supply chain in Australia and China. The APAC Provenance Council is strongly supported by both government and private institutions, including several global blockchain providers. So the Chinese government, obviously, we know supply chain issues there. They do a lot of manufacturing, obviously need to keep track of their goods and services, and they support Vechain. Same with Australia. They are backing this initiative as well. So even though Vechain is already an affiliate member of the APAC Provenance Council, the Vechain Thor blockchain has been adopted to become the sole public blockchain protocol in the consortium. Vechain's tool chain will help existing members in the consortium to eliminate all trust issues that may arise in any business transactions, which is most likely to occur as a result of multi-party collaboration. And here's co-founder Sunny Liu commenting on this. The implementation of blockchain technology certainly contributes to buffering the immediate economic impacts of the pandemic for the enterprises and will help improve productivity by unleashing more resources and growth opportunities. So Vechain really hitting it out of the park here. I'm not surprised that VET is doing as well as it is, but I do feel like this is still a spec movement, guys, and traders are getting really excited right now. The market is still very, very immature. I am still waiting for a bit of a retracement. I do have some VET. Full disclosure, I do own some VET right now, but I do want a heck of a lot more. So I'm waiting for a retracement. I want VET to come back down into this level here. This is the last level of resistance before we saw that leg up there. Will it come down? I do not know. It might not. I'm still waiting for Bitcoin to maybe help move it along in that direction. Now, if Bitcoin, again, like I said, it needs to break out of this in order to go bullish, but if it goes below here, I think we could see Bitcoin realistically come back to about this 71, I like to say $71 to $7,200 range here. This would go this way. Okay, so somewhere in this zone here, I think if Bitcoin came back down here, it wouldn't be too detrimental. We would still be making higher lows, okay? We could see Bitcoin rebound and then hopefully break that $10,000 mark once again. In an ideal world, okay? This is an ideal world. This is how I'm looking at my trading. And then, what I'm assuming, what I'm hoping is that VET would kind of come back down into this same region and come back up again, even if it wasn't right down here. I mean, these numbers are always very fluid when it comes to the market because, you can't pick the perfect number. So in and around here, somewhere close to under 1 cent, I would be happy with at this moment in time. I am looking for a retracement, though. I am not buying it up here. That could be a mistake. I mean, everybody's different. All traders do their own thing. I never like to chase the rally. I've done that in the past when I was a younger trader, didn't know too much, and got burnt a bunch of times. So hang tight, folks. We're keeping an eye on the market to see what's going to happen next. And more VET news, I have always thought U.S. regulations kept them from distributing VTHO to the VET holders. Now, this is a good sign and could pave the way for Coinbase to offer Vechain along with staking VTHO to USA residents. So Binance USA will support Vechain VET staking. The VFam, you asked for it and we built it for you. Thank you for being the most engaged community this month. So apparently the Vechain community online, on Twitter at least, looks to be like the most active this month, at least in the cryptoverse. And so VET now staking on Binance.us. Great for traders in the United States. Lots happening in the space, guys, and I saw this. Gotta give a shout out to XRP the North on Twitter. What he's trying to do is trying to get XRP go to $5. We saw it with Dogecoin or Doggy Coin or however you want to pronounce that. And he is trying to do the same thing with XRP. Guys, I'll play you this little video. I'm going to turn down the volume though. I will link this in the description for you guys if you want to watch the full thing. But he made a pretty cool video here, I think, with regards to the price of XRP on TikTok. You know what? It really doesn't do it justice when you're not hearing it with the music. So I do suggest that you guys do go to the link and actually watch it with the music because it really does, excuse me, it really does do it justice with the music. So here we go. Can we get XRP to $5 through this TikTok video? Are we going to be able to move the needle at all for that matter? I mean, they did it with Dogecoin. Can we do it with XRP? I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.